Welcome back. Now, the new GST changes are set to kick in just 10 days from now. The expectation is that a huge consumption drive is on the cards and consumers are the biggest beneficiaries. My colleague Shivani Bajaj caught up with Mohit Malhotra, the CEO of Dabur India, to understand his views on the GST rationalization and how will it impact the industry. Listening.
No, I think it's fantastic because we never expected this kind of a reform will actually come into play. But I think government is actually surprised it, and the reforms have actually come at a time when the food inflation is very high for us, and the whole country is reeling with a lot of consumption going down. So the consumption is almost at a very big issues that we are facing, especially the urban consumption. So this GST reform will actually completely resurrect, I think, the consumption. The consumer confidence index will go up. Because the consumption will go up, the investment will go up. Because the investment will go up, I think there'll be more revenue and more money in the hands of the farmers also. And I think entire ecosystem will actually benefit out of this, right from the farmer, which is the farm, right to the folk, which is the consumer who's actually using it. Yeah.
Okay, so you spoke about consumption and how this is strategically, timed just ahead of the festive season. Is there a ballpark figure in terms of percentage that you see the consumption growing from here in this particular festive season?
You know, one unique thing about this is that these GST reforms are actually coming, which is going to bolster the consumption in urban India. And urban India will actually benefit from the GST reform. So it is just not a focus on have-nots, it's a focus on haves also. So the middle class surge will actually happen. I can't exactly give you the number, I think it depends. But I think there will be a consumption impact definitely in the long term, which will actually happen.
Okay. You also, the last question, sir, you also spoke about, how there was a disparity between taxation of loose items and then when it was packaged and added value to. From a perspective of Dabur, how do you see that from a Dabur portfolio perspective? How is that going to benefit the company?
You see, a lot of classification issues have been actually resolved. One example I gave you earlier, what used to happen is the classical medicines used to be taxed at around 5%, which were all generic medicines, and the branded medicines, which are more high quality medicines in which we are adding value to it, the entire value chain is more improved and better quality, that was taxed higher. So it was almost a penalty. So why would a consumer go for a high price product when a low price product is available, so he used to compromise on quality. So I think consumer will benefit because he get a better quality product, albeit now at a similar pricing. So we'll be able to reduce the prices of those products also and pass on those benefits to the consumer. So that entire anomaly between generics and branded has been resolved from my point of view. So if you look at paratha also, unbranded paratha and a branded paratha are now going to be taxed at the same rate. So it will reduce the gap between unorganized sector and the organized sector to a great extent.